Crazy, doesn't it?
Let me tell you what happened last week. I might cut that out.
You did all of that.
Nigga did all that ranting just to chop it up.
Just
For those who are just tuning in,
clown.
we don't know where this podcast is going to start, but I just did a 5-minute rant and we're going to chop it up. Last episode, hand claps to the hair wraps and lipsticks podcast, man.
Woo!
We had a lot of fun with those ladies. They will be back and we got to go on theirs. But we leave the podcast. We go out to eat. We went to Olive Garden. And we leave Olive Garden. I get into bed and I go home. I sit on the couch and Karina goes, "Oh my gosh." I go, "What?" She said, "The girl who ran super fast in the track." I go, "Oh, Sha'Cari with the hair?" I called her Kari because I ain't know how to pronounce the first half.
Sure. S-H-A. Sure.
I didn't want to assume.
What other way would you pronounce that, Gavin?
Shia.
I'm about to punch you in the throat.
Shia. So I saw Sha'Cari and she goes, "Yeah, she just got banned. She just got disqualified for smoking weed." And I sat on the couch and the rant that we just chopped out of this whole episode, I fucking ranted for at least 10 minutes drunk on the couch. And my wife was just sitting there like,
probably not even listening to you.
No, she does listen, but then she always seems to remind me, the next day when I'm giving her my rant again, she reminds me, I heard this yesterday when you came in. So, let's talk about that.
Oh gosh.
For those who not know, 2 episodes ago, we praised all the black women, not just Sha'Cari. Sha'Cari, excuse me. We didn't just praise her. We praised all the black women. And then more black women won. But we praised them for killing it in the Olympics and going to Tokyo. For those who not know, Sha'Cari is I don't know where she's from, but she runs for LSU. She's now a pro athlete. She came in number 1. She was the U.S. favorite to win over there. I don't know if she was going to be the actual winner because those girls in Jamaica is fast as shit. But that's not the point.
Jamaica does have fast runners.
Fast as shit. So with that, she was banned. She was disqualified. Excuse me. I can't use the word banned. She was disqualified because she failed a drug test for marijuana. And she came out and said she smoked because her biological mom died. And she needed to cope. And she was going through it. She smoked. And she takes full responsibility. And what was your first thoughts? Let's go there because I'm going to go to fuck in. Sorry.
So I got 2 perspectives here, as always, because it's key. So one,
Fuck you just
No, we don't. Just go.
Bullet, you wasn't.
Ooh, that's what we're gonna stop the song. Let me tell y'all something. I saw Tatiana Ali at
That was the longest
at
intro ever
CIAA.
in life.
It wasn't that long. I saw Tatiana Ali at the CIAA one time at an event I was working, and she is fine.
Well, duh. She was gorgeous on freaking Fresh
Key.
Prince.
Fine. Fine.
What you think she was gonna be looking like?
I about to say I get it.
Now I done got up now.
Okay, you go ahead and do it. But let me let everybody know. She is fine. I want to welcome everybody to the Paid and Exposure podcast. Before we get started, let's do some drops. Tatiana was fine as fuck.
Welcome to the Paid and Exposure podcast.
Let's get it.
A podcast about helping our community of photographers to reach the next level in their business. We just leveled up. Hosted by Key,
AKA Kino No.
and Charlotte photographer Gavin B.
That is me. We keeping it real. Let's get it.
Wrap it up.
What?
It hurt.
Shut up.
Wait, so I can't pay an exposure?
Fuck no.
Wait, so I can't pay you an exposure?
I got a funny TikTok that I'm going to do about paying
Really?
somebody
Are
exposure.
you?
Yo, shout out to TikTok, man. Shout out to everybody with the free Britney. Y'all show love. That shit low-key scared me.
Why?
I was driving, doing my Uber joint. The dude's, you got the hotline. Cause my phone kept ding ding, ding ding, ding ding, ding ding, ding ding.
Stop.
I said, what the fuck? So everybody don't know, I put up a free, I shared my story about, I shared my Britney Spears experience working at a hotel that she stayed at. And with that, I posted just a TikTok and I had to chop it up for Instagram. Well, on TikTok, they banned it. And then they had to review and make sure it wasn't nothing crazy. And then they approved it.
Because you got Britney up in there.
I got Britney.
See,
absolutely.
that's how crazy that is.
And so I was like, shit. And so they approved it. And so that was going in. So I go, yo, let me just throw this on Instagram. Throw it on Instagram. Bruh, I scrolled. In like 20 minutes, I had like 3,000 views. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, damn. Okay.
Damn, son, where'd you find that?
And in like 45 minutes, I had like 10,000 views. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Bro, I turn around within 2 hours, I had 22,000 views. And we ended the day right at 25. And I was like, what the hell happened? And it just went, it grew. And I hit Key. I said, quit your job.
He's such a clown.
But we couldn't quit our jobs. However, I'm your boy Gavin, aka Coke, aka whatever you want to. You heard in the intro. This is the Paid Exposure Podcast, a podcast where black and brown creatives can come together and learn. But we also do the shit for the culture. And with that being said, this is my co-host Key, and this is episode what, Key?
Gotcha. I don't know.
So if you keep listening to podcasts, you'll know that Key's not her only job, but one of her main jobs is to know what episode it is. This is episode 88. Shout out to 88. 88. Funny thing, I did a wedding one time where I was a wedding photographer, and the bride didn't talk the whole day. She only said her vows. That's the only thing she said. But anyway, her sister kept saying, everybody say 88. She said it'd make everybody smile. Say 88 right now and see if you smile.
88? Well, duh, you gotta open your fucking mouth.
Yeah, 88. And it was one of the weirdest weddings I did. The bride and groom did not talk. They said 0. Anyway, we're gonna get into wedding photography in a little bit. Today we have the main topic. We don't even got a main topic today. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. We really gonna do a new segment, but it'll happen sporadically. But I have to give it up for my co-host.
Who, me?
You got a shirt. I ain't never seen that shirt before.
I know, it's kind of new.
Shout out to the shirt.
Shout out to Key and Nspirare.
Got a new font? Think I wouldn't notice, did you?
No, it's not a new
Same font?
It's just a different color.
Okay.
Different color shirt.
I like that shirt. What's that shirt color? I really like that shirt color.
I don't know.
It's like nude.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like a nude.
Yeah, a mauve. I don't even know what color that is.
Yeah, so shout out to me. Nspirare is having an event on Sunday.
Okay, what time?
Okay, it is at 10 a.m.
Okay.
It is at 10 a.m. at Crowder's Mountain. We're going to get a little fitness in. And as long as it doesn't rain, we should be good to go. So, if you're in the area, you want to come join us, it should be a lot of people. I'm surprisingly, hopefully, maybe. We'll see. So we're going to do the 2-hour trail. It's 2 hours total.
Okay.
So up and okay.
Oh,
Y'all
up and
know
down
that.
is 2 hours.
I think yes.
Okay, still.
Anywho, so we're gonna do that brunch afterwards. It should be a good time. Come out, connect.
What time is brunch gonna be?
Network, get to know people. We should have a good time. I might have a game in there somewhere. You never know.
Fuck that.
Might have some prizes. You never know.
Attending this event is at your own risk. If you know you got arthritis, some asthmas, whatever, high blood pressure, don't bring your ass out there.
Yes, and if you do, bring your supplies. Your pump.
Bring a support system that has 2 legs, and you need to bring a golf cart. Take your ass back down that hill.
Oh my God.
We ain't waiting for your ass.
Yes.
That.
That's on Sunday. Should be fun.
It should be
come
fun.
out.
I'll see y'all at brunch.
Y'all know.
I got to shoot that day. Now I do.
Gavin always making excuses.
Well, I told you early, but we need to put it on the Facebook page. We need to do all that promotion. Anyway, I need to say, going back to your shirt.
I got a shirt.
So for those who not know, Key has a website. Her website is live now where you can purchase merch.
Yeah.
Nspirare
link is
merch.
in my bio on my Nspirare page. It is _Nspirare.
And we'll drop all that so you can purchase the shirt. Please do that. All proceeds go to Key and her drinking habit. We want to keep that up. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell y'all what happened. A few weeks ago, I put a battery in her back, and I had to fuss at Key. And I looked at Key. I said, yo, man, Key hit me up about something. Y'all see more. It was about a giveaway. We'll just talk about it. We'll just say it. And so I said, yo,
what you gonna get?
Key named out all this shit that I was gonna do for this giveaway. I said, well, damn.
He got all the stuff.
I'm already giving niggas information. I'm donating these niggas 2 hours of my time. How much shit? Henry, if you listening, you know I'm donating time. Shout out to Tommy. Shout out to Tommy.
Tommy Brooke?
Yeah. Who didn't speak. Well, she did speak. But she didn't say, I'm Tommy. Which made me mad.
You should have asked her.
I'm bad at asking people their names because I'm assuming that they think I already know who they are. And I'm like, I don't want to be the loser. What's your name?
Loser. He's a loser.
Shout out to Tommy, man. You the homie. I don't know why I just thought of you, but hey, there you go. and look her up. But I looked at Key. I said, well, what you getting? She was like, well, I said, well,
He's so dramatic. I didn't do all that. I just said, I don't have nothing to give.
And I said, well, you should do a shirt. Well, she made, let me tell you something. The good part is knowing your friends. Because I knew what Key was going to do once I said that. Now, mind you, this is all on the fly because we didn't say we was going to talk about it that day. But I knew Key was going to give me excuses. So I got straight to the thing and I said, fuck it. We either about to have an awkward ass podcast or Key just going to be quiet and take this. And she did the latter.
Yeah,
because I went in on her ass. And I was like, yo. And so my dumb ass made a bet.
Because y'all see in the background behind Gavin this big ass gap.
So the bet is if Key did her shirts, I fix the gap.
And he need to fix the gap.
I got to fix the gap.
I need to text Karina so she can stay on your ass. You see me, hear me stutter. You
didn't even stutter. You just whispered it. So yeah. So anyway, that's going to get fixed. And hand claps to that. You know, and which really got me into like, you got to learn, you know, the beauty about really knowing your friends is you have to know which ways to motivate them. Because in that moment, you know what's funny is I think 99% sure I went home and told Karina, I was like, yo, Key might be mad at me. She was like, why?
Mad.
I know your energy didn't shift.
Yeah.
But I did see the look when I was talking to you. You was giving me that look
you
like.
You know when energy shifts.
Yeah, I do know that.
You've had a debate before.
But I mean, you was giving me the look like, all right, whatever. All right. And sometimes, and I'm encouraging everybody, I know we just talked about Sha'Cari, excuse me. You got to know, you need to have people around you that's going to hold you accountable. Mm-hmm. And that's going to look at you and say, yo, because in my mind, Key has her brand. She has these shirts and nobody can get merch. Nobody had an area to get merch. And I know she didn't. And so let me give y'all one of the excuses Key gave me.
The bottle.
Yeah, we need y'all to buy it. That's why we about to be promoting this shit. One of the excuses Key gave me was, oh, I don't want to do it on this website. I said, well, and I asked her, I said, what's your other option?
I did say
and
that.
she told me she didn't have one. I already have my excuse ready. I said, well, why don't you just do it this way? And then once you find a better option, you can switch gears. And I knew deep down, Key had no damn other option.
He be thinking he know.
I know niggas. All right, you ready? You ready? And also, before we go to the next thing, I thought it was beautiful that you were able to accept that. Sometimes we have to look at people and, you know, we can have friends that we love and that we fucks with. But sometimes you do have to wonder. I do wonder about people who are not as open to accept advice or criticism.
They're not very receptive.
Yeah, I ain't know how to say the word. Receptive. Yeah. I was looking for it. I saw it out there.
I think for me personally, I am in the stage in life where I try to listen first and then get an understanding. Because something will happen, like, and then I'll react. And then later on, I'll be like, that wasn't right. You shouldn't have did that. Or maybe you should consider that. So, like, I'm in the lane of self-reflecting on, especially my peers around me. Like, hey, Key, you did this. That was kind of fucked up. Or you acted this way. Or you need to do this. And, like, instead of me just automatically saying.
Defensive.
Or going, like, I'm not doing this. This is my da-da-da-da. It's like, I think about it and be like, okay, maybe they got a point or this, that, and the third. But that's just me. I know everybody is not like that.
They should be. Sorry.
Everybody's not like that. So it's like, it's just a growing thing.
Absolutely. And I was proud of you once I got home. And then I was super proud when you sent the shirt. I was like, oh, damn. And then Key called me. Now you got to fix the hole in the wall.
Yep.
I was like, fuck that.
You made the bet.
All right. So we have an interesting new segment on the show. So I've been listening back to our old episodes, and I've noticed every episode when I leave a wedding, I come on here and tell you what I did like, didn't like, shouldn't like. So this is what we're going to start doing. Every time I do a wedding, we're going to have Gavin's wedding review. Now, with that being said, people, if you listening, if you're one of the bride and grooms that's listening or a future bride and groom that's listening.
Oh, gosh.
None of these issues have to do with you. Also, and don't take it to heart. Some of it is, I want all of it because a lot of people listen to our podcast. They're not photographers. They just like to listen to this shit. Shout out to Sierra. Shout out to Corey. Shout out to everybody. Right? I'm doing this is because this is the point where I am trying to educate photographers on what we can change, what we can do better, what we should look for. What?
I just know noticed your little necklace.
Yeah. Don't call it little, man. It's a cute and link.
Aw. It has an R on it, y'all.
This is my Father's Day gift.
It's for the baby. Oh,
I fucking hate you. Squirrel.
I'm sorry. I was like, that's new.
Squirrel. I've had this since Father's Day. It shows you how much I wear it every day.
I ain't never seen it.
We didn't record it so many episodes with
Oh,
this
I done missed that.
every time.
Father's Day was only like 3 weeks ago, so you only done probably twice because
Well, I didn't
one
know
of
when it
those
was
I
because
missed.
y'all didn't pay no attention to it. So with that being said, I have a new wedding review. So for those who don't know, I did a wedding. I will not give the bride and groom because I don't want y'all to go tag their ass. And overall, so I'm the photographer. Usually whenever I do go to a wedding, I talk about the photographer, what I noticed in the audience, what as a photographer I would have did different. So I'm going to do that today. First things first, I would have gotten two. So I did a wedding. It was out near Wilmington, which was super dope. I was super happy. The bride and groom paid for me to stay there. I brung, just to give everybody a heads up, I brung 2 cameras. I brung 1 light and I brung 2 modifiers. One regular, both of them was octabox, but one was like a small one, like 36, and the other one is like huge, like a 72. It's huge shit, right? No flashes. I brung all the batteries in memory card, so it doesn't matter. That's going to be important about the no flashes. All right. So let's talk about the good. The bride and groom look good. They look real good. They bridal party look good.
Okay.
Trust me, some photographers out there listening, it's tough when the bride and groom and their bridal party is hit. But everybody look good. Everybody.
Why would they be hit and they have, never mind.
You could be hit with makeup on.
Oh, wow.
Like that ever. Makeup don't help everybody. Just give y'all a heads up. But
It's supposed to enhance the beauty, man.
man, whatever. But they whole bridal party look good.
Gavin, I hate her.
And even the table I was sitting at, all the girls at the table I was sitting at was bad. My wife was the baddest, but you understand where I'm going at.
You know what I'm saying?
All the girls was pretty. They set us at, funny enough, they set me at the table with the videographer and all the wives of the groomsmen. And so me and my wife, only thing we did was talk about how pretty the girls at the table was. My wife's like, she's pretty. I'm like, yeah, she prettier. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't trying to look like a creep looking at them and my wife like, you see her? Because then they'd be like, yo, why this nigga eyeballing me with his wife right beside him?
Creep.
His pregnant wife.
Pervert.
Perv.
Cheater.
All
Types of names.
names. So anyway, everybody looked good. The venue was fucking fire. It was on a golf course. It was amazing. It was beautiful. You okay? Gassy?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to punch you.
So the venue was bomb and shit. All right, let's speed this up. Venue was good. The people look good. Let's start off with what I would have fixed, because that's the gist of it. They knew I'm the photographer, so all the time in my contracts, no camera phones. Everything in my contract is, yo, if you have another photographer, I had everything in my contract, so to speak. All right? Let me tell y'all what I should have did different. All right? This has nothing to do with my bride and groom, because they did everything right. I don't think nobody understands that. Most of the time when you have issues at your wedding, no matter who it is, it's never the bride and groom's fault. Typically, the bride and groom, they shit gonna be fucked from jump if they planned it bad or if it's cheap. But you already know that before you get there. The shit gonna be already falling apart. So this was going good, so I can't blame them. So nothing that happened. First of all, I should have came in. I should have paid or asked them, hey, how much is it? And I will pay for it if you can get me to come in the day before. Now, I had no problems with, they paid for me to stay the night of the wedding. I should have came in before just in case something happened.
Yeah.
Now, nothing did happen. And the whole way there, I'm like, yo, I'm hoping I don't run into traffic. Because I had to travel 4 hours almost. You know, I was like, I hope I don't run into traffic. I hope nothing happens with my car, because if so, I'm fucked. I should have got there a day early. That's one mistake I made. I get there, and this was a large bridal party. I think it was 10 on each side. So it was a lot.
Oh, they got friends.
They got friends. And so so we get there. The reason why I say I should have got a day early, I get to the hotel and I can't check in. Luckily, I couldn't check in for maybe like 30 minutes. They told I couldn't check in for like 45 minutes to an hour. However, they told me it'd be a 3-hour wait, which I respect. I've worked in hotels, but also with working in hotels, as y'all know, you can check in early. Them niggas be lying. They do. They be lying. They be having rooms available. They just don't want to. And sometimes you got to slip them $20. However, once they saw me speak to the bride, luckily the bride came downstairs and she talked to me, and the girl saw that I knew the bride and I was in my room within 15 minutes.
See, just proved his point. They can let you in early.
Exactly. I was in my room in 15 fucking minutes. So I knew that. However, the other good thing is the bride was getting ready at the venue. So with that being said, not the venue, at the hotel. If I would have got a day early, I would have figured out where to take pictures of her dress. I would have figured out locations to take pictures of the girl, whatever the case may be. Next thing I would have fixed. So if I would have got there early, the big problem with big bridal parties is nobody is ready on time. And it's not a big bridal party. This is just in general. Our friend Brittany got married. It ran behind. Karina got married. It ran behind. My wedding started late. So I'm not here to talk about nobody's wedding started late. No fucking wedding starts on time. Let me give y'all a heads up. I told them that when we got started. I'm like, yo, just give y'all a heads up. Probably won't start on time. And it's fine. Don't trip. Because everybody gets scared. Everybody get aggravated. Everybody start getting flustered, cussing. All that happens. And I tell all my bride and grooms, I'm like, look, there's ways to do it. And I'm going to tell y'all the way. Never mind, I ain't telling y'all this shit. It's a way to do it. You could DM me and I'll tell you the way to get your wedding to start on time. But it includes adjusting your contract, which I will be doing. But the grooms was cool. Sometimes, one thing I would say about Brittany's wedding photographer, one thing I noticed that she did was when she came into our room, I don't know how it was with y'all, she came in, she commanded certain things because dudes like to play, we like to have fun. And no offense, she was aggressive with us because we was quiet when she walked in the room and she just came in aggressive. That's a whole nother subject. And I look kind of
Maybe
like,
she was like, had to stand her ground because there's a bunch of guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And I understand that about women. So I didn't trip. I was like, oh, maybe that was the first thing I said. I was like, oh, maybe because she a woman.
But if she didn't knew the guys that she was taking photos of, she shouldn't have been.
She shouldn't have. And I was like, damn, read the room, girl. So she didn't read the room. So with that, you have to get ways of making sure everybody's on time, and you need to make sure your bride is chill and calm. My bride was chill and calm, so I'm just giving everybody a heads up. All right, skip all that shit. The grooms was cool. They were ready. They ran a little bit over, but that's fine. We made it happen. We got that shaking. Ceremony happens, right? First of all, it started to drizzle. So I got scared, but I had brung lights. I brung all my equipment I have. I just don't own flashes, which is my fault. We'll talk about that later. Ceremony was good. Only issue I would say, I should have coughed and told him not to. Before they was kissing, the preacher was saying something. Bruh goes, all right, everybody, get your camera phones out. Let's take a picture of this. And I looked like, nigga, no, that's not what we about to do. And even the bride and groom looked like, no, what? And then he was an old head. He kept going. So that was the thing. All right, this is why y'all here. All right. You need to, as a photographer, you have to command your day. I will repeat, you have to command your day. Nothing, this has zero to do with my bride and groom. They asked me for direction. The bride told me multiple times. She said, yo, I trust you. You do what you see best. And I never have heard that. And I was so thankful she told me that. The groom was like, bro, I'm trusting you. And I was so grateful because I had no idea. They gave me leeway. It was so bad that when, after the ceremony, the sun is beaming. We're on a golf course and I see this bomb ass picture. And I said, yo, could you go in the sun? She said, boy, if it's going to make my picture look good, I'll look into the sun. I said, don't try me. Don't threaten me.
Jesus.
So she went out.
Lose her eyesight.
She damn near did because she looked directly in the sun and her picture is fucking bomb, by the way. And I was so grateful for that. And I thank her. I thank you for that. But I had to command my day because I was getting suggestions from so many people that was not called bride or groom. All right. Also,
spectators.
They were, and you got to learn how to work with your videographer. Me and the videographer was there, and when the problem with the videographer is, and this is, I understand there's videographers that's listening, so they can just change this out for photographers. Y'all are splitting time. Okay, no matter how much we like to look at it and say, yo, I'm gonna capture what you capture. No, y'all end up splitting time because at the end of the day, no matter how fucked up this sounds, yo, the videographer does not get cussed out for your photos being shitty if he's in a way or she's in a way. Videographers, y'all understand that, yo, if you don't have enough clips because the photographer was taking pictures the whole time, the photographer does not get a call and say, yo, you owe us money for the videographer because they weren't able to do their job. You gotta own your shit. So much so that, yo, shout out to the videographer. Bruh's cool. He's talented. He's super cool. You know, he was telling me something and I told bruh, nah. I was like, no. I was like, bro, I don't care. I don't have time. It's a no right now, bro. And Karina looked at me like, oh shit. Cause she could tell I was at, mind you, the coordinator of the place was telling me like, yo, you running out of time. Like let me put it like this. I like to take an hour after the ceremony to get pictures. 45 minutes, give them 15 minutes to rest before the reception. The lady came to me. She said, you got 20 minutes. So now my time is cutting a third. And I'm like, fuck. And bro was trying to give me some suggestions while I'm trying to get group pictures about some other shit. And I was like, bro, no, man, we can't do that right now. So, and it was one of those things where I'm already racing against the clock. The sun is in the wrong place where it should have been. Look at me telling God he put the sun in the wrong place.
I was like, wait, what did you just say? The hell?
So, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, all right. And so I'm fighting against something else and I'm trying to make something look right so my bride and groom will be happy with the end result. Maybe not saying this is the best, but they are saying like, this is good. This will work for us. And bro trying to give me suggestions. I was like, nah. And I love when niggas try to little bro you and then they find out you big bro. I said, I love when niggas find out that you big bro after calling you little bro.
We heard you.
I said it wrong. I'm going to say it one more time. You can take your headphones off. I love when niggas little bro you and then they find out you big bro.
That's me throwing my headphones at Gavin.
One thing I don't do, I never, when I meet people, I don't share my camera information. I don't share my socials. I don't share my portfolio. At the end of the night, that's when I come up to you and I say, yo, can we trade information? That's always been my MO. Why? Because for what? We ain't got time. If I got time to be having a pissing contest, if I have time to do that, I'm missing out on my job. So I don't do that. But that's just that. After that, the reception was cool. And I have another segment we're gonna do, not today.
You and all these segments.
I want to know what possessed people to show up to somebody else's fucking wedding with a camera and you're not paid to take pictures.
That's a whole nother topic.
It's a whole nother. What possess you niggas to show up to somebody else's wedding with a camera? You ain't in the family. You ain't the grandma who don't understand disposable cameras don't supposed to be in wedding. You winding up the shit.
Making all that noise.
All that damn noise. But it's grandma, so we gonna let Mima work, right?
No, we gonna tell her to put that shit down.
We will, but sometimes you can't stop them. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? You ain't the uncle who half drunk but showed up and you got the biggest iPad out and you recording everything. Look, and for those who not know, I had my uncle, Karina's uncle, he showed up to my wedding and he set up a camera on a tripod and he videoed our wedding.
He did it very secretively though.
I did not see it because if I did, I would have been like, bro, no.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful because
he was good.
That nigga was great. Like I was like, sorry, I didn't mean to call you a nigga. Sorry. But he was great. But for even with him, if I would have saw it, I'd been like, yo, you gotta chill.
Yeah.
Don't get in the way. And he's a photographer and a videographer. He listens. Shout out to Uncle Baby. He understands what goes on. So he did it discreetly. He got exactly what we need. And even him, he was like, yo, I wish you would have told me you didn't have a videographer. I would have recorded this for you. And I was like, damn, but what you did get, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We watched that shit. So I'm not here throwing stones at a glass house because me, myself, had people there with their phones out, whatever. But look, this ain't like what Kurt Franklin, these ain't for those people. This is for the people that really is just guests, regular guests. Like if you didn't RSVP, we wouldn't be tripping. What possessed you to come to a wedding with a camera and think your ass is gonna get up and sprinkling and shit?
Are you upset?
Bruh, it was somebody at the wedding with a camera pop-up flash going in. And I feel bad for the bride and groom because they're going to see the pictures and they're going to see this person and I know they're going to be upset.
He's upset.
I just feel bad. We might have to change the cameras a little bit.
He's upset.
But the shit was, I'm looking at it and I'm like, yo, what possessed this person to do this? And then my thing is like, you're currently in the way of me doing my job to best of my ability. And let me tell y'all what I did. And I encourage everybody to do this. That person came up to me. They said a comment, and it was I don't think I'm in the way comment. I'm helping you. And I let that motherfucker know they wasn't helping shit.
Oh, he's upset.
No offense to the bride and groom. I know that was y'all guess. I know that's a friend of y'all's, but I had to let them know, yo, I let that person know. I was like, yo, you doing a little bit too much. I've been in weddings where, let me tell y'all a funny wedding story. Can you get the cameras for me? Let me tell y'all something.
He's so needy.
One time I was shooting a wedding, and the bride and groom, I'm up there. Yo, a little boy, he had to be about 13. He was behind me with a pop-up disposable camera while I'm at the altar taking pictures. Everywhere I moved, bruh hopped behind me and took a picture. And finally, everybody was laughing in the fucking ceremony. I turned around to this little nigga and said, really? And I felt bad for doing it because I've never been that person. Just to give everybody a heads up, I didn't want to take pictures until I was fucking like 20. And I really turned around to the little man and I was like, bro, you doing it.
Why is it flashing?
I don't know. Is it recording?
Oh, stop.
But it is recording? Yeah. That one good. Should be a red dot on that one too. Anyway, I turned around to this little nigga and was like, yo, what you doing? Then he had on glasses and shit, just like my ass.
He said he gay, so what?
Now I gotta flag that.
Oh,
No, Kevin Hart said that. We ain't flagging that.
Kevin Hart did say that.
And so I looked at it and I was like, bruh, what are we doing? And then his mom was like, baby, come back. And I'm looking like, what possessed you to let bruh bring a disposable camera at that and stand behind the photographer and get pictures? We got to chill. Now, we are going to have a random Practice on your own fucking time, nigga. One day we're going to have a discussion about what possessed you to do this at a wedding. But until then, I digress. I'm not angry anymore. This is the part of the podcast where Key asks the fucking questions.
Oh, he's a little
and I
upset.
answer them shits. Take it away, Key.
Oh, you okay? You need a shot?
I'm about to do that in a little bit. Come on now.
No, he ain't. He lying. When we go get something to eat, I'll be like, Gavin, take a shot. He be like, no, I gotta get home. I gotta go see my wife. He gonna make all the excuses in the world. Anywho. All right, we have a question. When you first started...
Why are you doing sex noises that we got a question? Question. Hurry up. I gotta be to the gym tomorrow at 6.
No, you don't. I do. When first starting out, what do you wish you could have done differently? I guess when you first started out, because she worded that wrong.
When I first started photography, one thing I would have did differently was got educated. You know, a lot of
what?
Just how to use my camera.
Oh, okay.
A lot of times, a lot of us pick up a camera and we just do it because we love it, and we just start taking shit, and then the shortcut is literally paying for education, paying an expert to help you. It is expensive sometimes. However, it's the best investment you're going to do. Education in photography will always be the best investment, because for me, I know I just said this, but I started taking pictures in like 2009 when I was in college. Key was one of my first models. Them pictures are horrid.
Trash. I look trash. Gavin looked trash too.
Oh my God, it was so bad. And I didn't get my first lesson 2009, it was probably about 5 years. And my wife bought it for me. And I was just like, and when I got there, the first class was buns. The second class, I realized I knew nothing. The first class, I was like, this is stupid. I know everything. This is going to be a dumbass class. The second class, I realized I knew nothing about my camera. Education is the best thing I would have done. I would have invested in education. I'm not saying you need to, I'm not talking about these master classes either. That's beautiful and all, but find the best photographer in your city and be like, yo, can you mentor me? See how much it costs. If you're in Charlotte, hit me up. I offer mentor lessons, and we're not finna sit here and I'm like, oh, this is what I look for. No, I'm going to ask you what you know about your camera, and depending on what you say, we're going to talk about what the A means on your camera. I ain't talking about the one with the green line around it. We're going to talk about what the B means. We're going to talk about, we're going to talk about what manual means. We're going to talk about all the other settings that people don't know. What's C1, what's C2, what's C3. We're going to talk about all those damn settings.
Why they got the alphabet up there?
That's what they saying. They don't know. They just turn to one knob and think they got it. We're gonna talk about those 3 different things because a lot of folks, not a lot of y'all. I was this person. I knew nothing about my camera, but I was charging folks. I wasn't charging them a lot, but I was grateful they even gave me the money. You know what I'm saying? I got the most beautiful picture of my cousins, Brianna and Sierra. Shout out to them. I have a picture and Brianna is in focus. Sierra is not. Brianna and Sierra loved it, but now that I'm older, I realize that whole fucking picture is out of focus. And it was because my f-stop was too damn low. But I didn't know what the fuck f-stop was. So, it is what it is. So
what's the M button do?
What? Oh, it's manual.
Oh, that really is a button.
Yeah, M.
Oh, is there a P button?
It is a picture button, yeah.
There literally is a button for every letter of the alphabet.
You got, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. There's A with a green line, a circle around it. There's AV, there's B, there's M, there's P, there's C 1, 2, and 3. And I think that's all the buttons on the camera.
No D button?
No, it's no D.
No D. Dang.
Sound like your life. Next question.
Sounds just like my life.
You got a man yet?
No, that's why ain't no D button. All right, we got Allie. Considering that Instagram is already a fusion of different things and more video oriented, what other app or platform do you use or recommend to share and see photographs? Any serious app to share photos out there, or should we just build our own websites? What are your thoughts? Girl.
That's a long ass question. Shout out to you, Allie. Let me tell you something. If you're depending on Instagram or any app for your photos sharing, you're losing.
Yeah, definitely the website.
You need your own website.
I knew that.
Yeah. We talk about that all the time. I don't even care about the first half of your question. The reason why, because the only thing I use is Instagram and Facebook. That's the only place where people really going, where you're going to meet a large market. Any other place you can get on, other apps, but it's only probably going to be photographers there. But how many photographers are your clients? You're probably talking about clients. Get a website.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if Instagram said, yo, we no longer want Allie on our shit, you're done.
Or anybody.
If Facebook says you're done, you're done. Even with me, we're having a website with Squarespace. If they say I'm done, I'm done. However, I own my own domain, so I can build a website, which I know how to do, and build my own. So that's another question. Next.
Yes, get a website, sis.
Yeah, we got to go eat.
Oh, now you hungry.
Nah, not really. I got to pee, though.
I do too. Taylor, what are your thoughts on a photographer providing the info of the difference between RAW and JPEG files to the models? I feel like we've had answers.
Yeah, people have the same shit sometimes. I don't care. I believe in educating people, whether it's clients, whether it's models. It's the only way we're going to learn. Shout out to Gilded Images. Definitely check him out. He had a photo walk a few weeks ago, and 2 of the guys pulled me aside and they talked to me about our discussion about collaborating in models and all that jazz, right? And they told me, they said, we're thankful for that conversation because you educated us, and I felt like you educated models, because a lot of models said they didn't understand why we don't do TFP, why we don't like collaborations, or how collaborations are not as beneficial. And I was like, yeah, no problem. But I realized then, I told them, I said, yo, you have to educate your models. It is important. It's just super important, man.
Yep.
So when a model, or if Key, for an example, comes to me and say, hey, Gavin, can I get all my raw photos? She doesn't understand that my raw photos are 50 megabytes in size. To put that in perspective, after every shoot, the size of my folders sometimes are like 2 or 3 gigabytes. They're huge. It's going to take Key a couple hours to download that, depending on her internet connection. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't mean that. What Key means is she wants previews of all her pictures to see if it's anything else in there, or she just wants the unprocessed pictures to see, meaning that what you need to really send her is JPEGs. That's what she really wants. Now, the problem that models have is when they ask for the RAWs, we say no, and we should. You know what I'm saying? Or you just charge them a shit ton and then you send them 3 gigabytes and say, hey, it's up to you to figure out how to fucking process them. You pay for it now. The least you could do is figure that out. But, you can say no, you can whatever. But I do believe in educating them so they don't go to the next photographer and offend them, or they don't go thinking that they don't go around thinking that you are a dick. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and educate them. Keep it moving.
Like the D button. That's not there.
We want to thank everybody for submitting their questions. We're going to go to photography topics, which is going to be super quick. The Canon RF 14-35, which is a wide angle lens. It is $1,700. Check it out. I have nothing to say about it. I won't be getting it because I don't do wide angle photography, no landscapes, no damn real estate shit. I don't think I'm gonna need it. I can't even do it in here. It'll fucking show the whole entire room in here, and we don't need that.
Oh, that's what that means.
It's just a wide angle lens. So check that out. Somebody's gonna get it. Let me know how it goes. A North Carolina teacher bans kit lenses and calls them paperweights. A lot of people I saw online was kind of offended about this by photographers. Me personally, I think kit lenses are trash.
What the hell is a kit lenses?
When you buy your camera, the lens that come with it, because it's the photography kit. Most cameras are sold separately. You buy the camera body, then you buy lenses, and you put them together.
You mean like the pieces you have attached on there?
Yeah, the lens. It's basically like a bundle. So think of it like when I bought both of these cameras, only thing that came with them is just the camera.
Yeah.
Not the lens that's on it. So if they would have came together, it would have been a kit lens. But most kit lenses are cheap as shit. They're just cheap because they're not made for professional photographers. Let's put it like that. But a lot of people are offended because, you know, when you're in school and you're taking these pictures, you're not doing this to be a professional. But the professor was honest. He was like, yo, but I do believe kit lenses start you from the bottom to help you grow.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
Yeah. All right. You ready to get to
We got a little pop cultures, just a little bit. It ain't really a lot of shit going on.
We got we about to get to some real shit.
It's not a lot of stuff going on, so you know we gonna keep it a buck and keep it a quick buck.
Yeah, we already at an hour. Niggas we're probably right under an hour. All right. What first thing we about to listen to? For those who not know, Rachel Nichols is a NBA reporter. She's on the show The Jump. She was just pulled from the NBA Finals for some comments of a tape that leaked. So we're gonna play a few minutes and then we're gonna talk about it. Hold on, listen.
They said to me, hey, instead of hosting the NBA Finals, why don't you do Doris's silent reporter job?
Shout out to Doris.
That's a black lady, right?
No, Doris is the white lady.
Yes, she the one that did the hoop. They caught her on film. Sorry, girl.
For Maria to do the hosting. So, I have declined. I don't know what their next move is, but they are feeling pressure because of all of that. And I'm trying to figure out like how to just, my thing is that I wish Maria Taylor all the success in the world. She covers football, she covers basketball. If you need to give her more things to do because you're feeling pressure about your crappy one-time record anniversary, which by the way I myself know personally from the female side of it, go for it. Just find it somewhere else. Find it with me. To me.
This is important. We gotta play this part.
Oh, there was more. I only heard that first part.
That's cool. So, for those who didn't really hear it, bruh on the phone said, hold on, let me play it. He said, I don't know, I'm exhausted. He's a spokesperson for LeBron James, by the way. He said, I don't know, I'm exhausted. And you could tell this is chopped up in the video, so this is not one long sentence.
Okay, gotcha.
This whole conversation is, she had a meeting, she was on Zoom, and she never left the meeting. So the whole shit was recorded. She was in a work meeting. Idiot. So she never left the room. So when she got on the phone to have a conversation, Zoom recorded the whole shit. So now we here. So take the first half, chop that up, and bruh says to her, this is LeBron James spokesperson, whatever the fuck that means. I guarantee he's not the spokesperson after this. He says, I don't know, I'm exhausted. Between Me Too and Black Lives Matter, I got nothing left. Fucking Rachel laughs and says, yeah, I've been thinking about it. I didn't even read the rest because that's all I needed to hear.
Okay. So baller alert. This is where I seen this at baller alert. They only played that first section.
Because I think the whole thing is about, well, if you hear it. Okay.
Now, if you only listen to, the reason I say that is because if you only listen to that first part, I was reading the comments because I'm like, okay, what am I missing, right?
Yeah.
And then I had to get I'm like, what's going on? So I read the comments and I'm just like, Okay, I see that perspective. But now when you play more, it's like, oh, okay, this is why.
Well, only reason why I'm giving that part because I don't think most people heard the second part. I didn't until I just
That's what I'm saying.
Till last night.
Right.
And when I was listening to it, I meant to stop the video, and then I'm like, so what the fuck is the rest of this video? Because the video keeps going on, but I think they repeat some parts, and I was like, wait a second, what? But I don't think nobody's really posting that because they don't know what he said before that. It just starts at, and I think the person released the video because when he said whatever, she laughed at it and was like, okay, I've been thinking about it.
Yeah,
so,
we know what the fuck that means.
Yeah, well, we're assuming what it means, but I think we have a good guess of what it means. So, anyway.
You just said we assuming what it means.
Yeah, because she said I was thinking about it. I'm not trying to shoot Shorty some bail, but I'm also, because she about to get ripped a new one. But a couple things before we go in.
Sis.
I want to know how these tapes leaked. Because if you had this, that means ESPN has them. That means that people have known about this, and y'all been trying to figure out how to either bury this or get prepared for the blowback. That's my thing. And then also I had this whole thing of like what we say in private. How fair is it to have these conversations and kill somebody for it that's in silent? Because I believe we all have conversations that happens in private. And that we wish that, so this shit get out, fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's certain lines that we cross. It's like, it's certain lines that we cross that it's just like, if that community is affected, it probably is not forgivable. Donald Sterling saying, what he said about black basketball players, them niggas wasn't coming to hoop no more. They was like, we're not hooping. It tore that team up. I'm telling people right now, that tore that team up. And that was a good team. They wasn't going to win it all, but it tore them up. The Clippers was tore up after that. You know what I'm saying? Their mindset wasn't right. So I always had this mindset of like, how do we feel about people in their private conversations?
Everything happened for a reason, I guess.
And everything does happen for a reason. Because when they got Donald Sterling out there, the team has been flourishing. So I'm cool with it. All right. Let me tell you my main issue with Rachel, what she said, right? So before we do that, let me give y'all some backstory. Rachel Nichols, like I said, she hosts an NBA show. She, in all accounts, if you pay attention to her, is a black advocate. And I know y'all just heard that tape and y'all like, what the fuck he's saying? That's why I played you that section, because if anybody watches ESPN, they will assume that she is a black advocate. That's why I played that part. All the NBA players that work with her shout her out. They show her love. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Matt Barnes, whether it's Steven Jackson. For those who don't know, Steven Jackson is the guy who was close friends with George Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Matt Barnes is the one who beat Derek Fisher's ass. I mean, that's how we know him. I know him other ways, but that's how mainstream world knows him. On a flat tire, by the way. She's cool with Tracy McGrady. She's cool with Paul Pierce. She's cool with Jalen Rose. Like all people speak highly of her. I come to learn about Rachel Nichols a while back, but from all accounts, she's a solid chick. She came up. She did a lot of different sports, and for the longest, she was the only woman. You know what I'm saying? She's covering all sports. Now, Doris Burke, who Key was, you remember when Drake had that white woman with the glasses on?
No, I know who Doris is now.
Okay.
I was confusing her with the lady from football, actually.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my leg is
Pam.
Pam. Talking about the bad wig?
Yes, Pam.
She's black.
I know. That's why I was like, no, you talking about the white lady. That's why I was like, okay, get it.
I said
Sorry.
with the bad wig.
Sorry. She did have a bad wig that one time.
So after these tapes leaked, ESPN has pulled Rachel from sideline reporting at all. You know what I'm saying? And I think they were supposed to be trying to do her show over on Wednesday. I still haven't checked to see if they did it. All right. Now we got that out of the way. You know my main problem with what Rachel said? This is when Keepo say yes. What?
Well, I just went to her page. She did some type of video or something with Matt Barnes.
How long ago was that?
A day. She posted this a day ago.
Let me see how old it is. Oh,
I don't know if this is new.
Probably. Who knows?
But anyway, I'm sorry. What'd you ask me?
No, nothing. I was just saying my main problem with her is simple. I don't know who's gonna get offended by this, but fuck it, we here. White women, y'all have to stop comparing y'all sexual discrimination to racial discrimination.
Facts. Excuse me.
I'm sorry to say it, it's not the same. It don't compare. If we take that portion out, it's another part I got an issue with. But if we take that portion out, I don't think this tape get leaked and people have a problem with it.
There might be a little part before that.
So when I hear, let me tell you something. In all accounts, not all accounts, but in many accounts of this world, white women have been given rules and laws so that their world is a little bit easier, and black people just benefited from it, from the rule changes. If you don't believe me, go check the Civil Rights Act.
Facts.
That shit wasn't for black folks. That's why they had to redo it. That shit was so white women got privileges because they weren't granted privileges. And even after that, even women still suffered. So Rachel, when you go out and say, hey, look, ESPN has a shitty diversity thing, which they do. We'll get on that. But hey, I understand it because, you know, as a woman point of view, you don't understand what a black woman goes through or has gone through. All right. And I'm here to let people know that. And so it's fucked up. And white women got to stop doing that shit, because what happens is you kind of downplay what black women have went through to say, hey, I get it as a woman, because you hijacked the feminist movement. It's countless black men who are dead at the hands of the actions of white women. It's presidents that's been elected solely off the backs of white women. And when shit went awry, when shit went crazy, they had a women's movement. I've said it on this podcast, and I have no problem stating it again. I believe that if white Christian women would have turned their backs and defied their husbands, Donald Trump wouldn't have been president. And as crazy as that sound, those white women who, or those white women, mostly Christian women who did not stand up and speak out, they turned around and had a movement a few days later. And it was like, yo, what you mean? I've said this many times. When a boy is killed in the street and his mom has to do a press conference, there's no feminist movements for that shit.
Facts.
So for me, I'm an advocate in saying that, yo, I look at the feminist movement kind of sideways. And the only reason why I look at it sideways is because when black women need y'all help, a lot of y'all silent. When a Hispanic woman needs y'all help, a lot of y'all silent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not for all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I know it's some things, and it's not all the time. Sometimes I'm looking at it. Now, look, and I know shit fucked up. And it's like this. It's like a woman saying something. I'm like, yo, but as a man, I kind of understand. No, the fuck I don't. Okay? Look, I've always been the pro-choice guy. I'm the guy who goes to church, who stands up at the Christian school and go, yo, I'm pro-choice. Why? Because I don't give a fuck what she do with her body. It ain't got nothing to do with me. If I don't like how a woman is going to handle her body, I won't be with her. I won't be around with her. I won't marry her. I won't sleep with her. Like I told a guy a long time ago, look, somebody asked me, they said, how many kids you and Karina want? I said, I know how many I want. But if she shut the factory down, what the fuck I'm going to do? I can't do nothing. I got to sit my dumb ass in the corner and say, cool. I can be upset if I want. I can go do other actions if it really means that much to me. But
cry in the car.
I got to go cry in the car. So that's that. What was your issue? You said you felt it was an issue before that.
So the part where she was like, she does basketball, she does football. They need to find, what's the beginning she said? She said something about they can find some other busy work for her to do.
Absolutely.
So to me, I'm like, did you just like belittle the black woman and the work and the hard work that she did to get in the position that she in? Like, she didn't work her ass off to get here. Like, you just like, oh, she can just go like mop the fucking floor. Like, that definitely came off a little offensive.
Absolutely. So that was in my notes. That's my final take of this whole thing.
Oh, okay.
So
You're welcome.
So my thing was, I agree with Key 110%. Because my thing is, let's take color out of this. Yo, you ain't got to diminish what the fuck I do to big yourself up.
Facts.
And she tried to clean it up and say, yo, she's great. She does other things.
I wish her the best.
I wish her the best.
Fuck out of here.
But you saying, hey, find something else to do. Now, the only issue I have with the find her something else to do, the only part of me feel like I get where Rachel was coming from is because she was taking Rachel's job. And so if I have a job, it's like, for an example, I do this podcast, I record or whatever. And if Key comes to me, let's say Key is over the pod and goes, Gavin, yo, we got somebody else coming in. They're going to replace you. Yeah, I might feel disgruntled and look at it and say, yo, get him something else to do. Because y'all do have a race issue. Y'all do have a diversity issue. But I understand because of Rachel's next comment, which was the comment of, yo, I understand as a woman, which you don't. Yo, I have my job and I get that y'all have sexual issues, gender issues, excuse me. Y'all do have race issues, but fuck, this is my shit. But my problem is I agree with Keys. Like, yo, don't act like this just ain't work her ass off. First of all, one, keep it real. Don't act like she ain't better at your job than you.
I was going to say, listen here. You can say all that you want to about her, feeling
Her
how
job,
she feel.
she's great at her job. That's the problem.
Fuck out of here. There's a lot of black people, especially in, we're talking sports, just regular black people, black women, black men that are fucking amazing at their job.
Absolutely.
And guess what? They bring somebody else in, some white man, pay them 10 times more, are less educated, less knowledgeable, less skillful. And what they do to the black people, they either let them go. 9 times out of 10, they let them go.
They just pay them less.
No, what I'm saying is it ain't even about their pay being decreased. They let them go. And sometimes they use the argument of we couldn't call, so we couldn't whatever, we couldn't jobs. Fuck out of here. It's all in excuses. So she just gonna have to cry her little white tears. Sorry to if you have any Caucasian listeners.
We do. We got a bunch.
I apologize.
Shout out
But
to them.
I don't apologize because
She just took it back.
now you are in a position where you can feel just a tad bit of what the fuck we go through our whole life.
Absolutely.
So sorry, little Rachel. It's all right, sis. Just, take a little step back, regroup, and you gonna find God gonna bless you with something else.
And the thing is, Rachel, she didn't get everything wrong. She didn't get everything wrong in her rant. And I feel bad because the only reason why I feel bad is because you might have said 10 lines out of this whole thing, right? Because the conversation wasn't that long. And because they was having dialogue. Rachel might have had 10 lines. 3 of them lines got you fucked up. It got you, maybe at the end of the year, you don't have a job. And I don't think people
the person she was talking to is like, what about them? Because he said some shit too.
But he don't work for ESPN. But I'm pretty sure LeBron James is gonna have something to say.
Is that seriously his spokesperson?
That's
though?
what they're labeling it as. I don't know what a fucking spokesperson is, but it's one of them conversations where I'm pretty sure LeBron got the whole conversation. It's like, yo, all right, we good. I'm done on you.
Yeah, were you a part of this? Is this really you? Then we got a problem here.
Oh, we got a problem here?
Yes.
Damn near. So what I look at it like this. She didn't get everything wrong. ESPN, y'all got a diversity issue. And put it like that.
Which one of these jobs in the fucking world does not have a diversity issue besides it being a black-owned business? Tell me.
I don't know.
Exactly.
But
ESPN ain't the only one.
Absolutely. ESPN has a huge diversity issue. And let me tell you how I know this. First of all, they ask ESPN. I'm gonna put it like this. I don't watch ESPN. I don't know who needs to know this, but I don't watch it. Look, only time I watch ESPN is when I go out of town, and because they don't have Skip and Shannon on TV, I don't watch. And a lot of these shows have done this. And let me tell you how I know they got a diverse issue. If Maria Taylor said this about Rachel Nichols, she wouldn't even have a job right now.
Fact, she'd be gone
within
minutes.
When Jemele Hill said something about Donald Trump, they got rid of her. Anybody that's black that's at ESPN that really got something really to say, ESPN find great ways of getting rid of their ass. and it be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So we know how the role reversal shit go. And then when you look at shit, you got to look at ESPN has found a unique way of getting rid of sports analysis and turn around and just getting entertainers.
Yep. Because they trying to pay less money.
That, but also nobody ain't trying to hear everybody talk sports all the time. Like full-blown sports. They need personalities. They need entertainers. And I believe this is why, you know, one of the interesting parts of entertainers is you turn around and you get Will Kane getting on there who don't talk shit about sports, but just pull his conservative card and they scream at each other. He over there screaming at Max and Stephen A. That's all they do is fucking scream on that show. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Stephen A for getting the bag because, you know, they needed that. You know what I'm saying? When you got black people leaving and the best person on your network is black, then yeah, you do got to overpay. But everybody knows, if you know anything, you know ESPN doesn't pay over the market. ESPN sets the market. When it comes to sports, they let you know, and everybody else is able to either overpay to get people from ESPN to get their ratings up, or they just pay less. And that's what ESPN has become. And then we do have situations kind of like I just brought up with Stephen A. Smith, who gets cool, dope-ass opportunities to be the highest paid person at ESPN, but still is underpaid. Why? Because he's the only thing they fucking got. When Skip left that shit went down the drain. And I know somebody's like, Skip.
Oh, Skip was the man on there.
And he's the man at FS1.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And Skip was smart as hell. Let me show you what happened with black people. Skip left ESPN and he immediately called Shannon Sharp. The reason why I think he
got him.
And you call Shannon Sharp because if I believe if Skip, let's say they said, Skip, you got to go to FS1, you can't get Shannon Sharp, who would you bring? I'm guaranteeing y'all the next person on his list would have been black. You need a black voice. Skip understands that better than most people. Because,
who do you think it would have been?
I don't know. I would have to look at it. Probably Bomani Jones.
I don't know who that is. You know who I was going to say?
Who?
You know I don't know nothing about sports. Jalen Rose.
He probably would, but him and Jalen got like a little beef there. Cause they have a beef from back in the day. Jalen Rose, let me tell you something. Stephen A. Smith is...
He's so fine.
His daughter is beautiful. She's beautiful.
Sorry.
I
messed your train of thought up.
Nah, Stephen A. Smith is the best talent they have at ESPN. However, the most knowledgeable person is Jalen Rose when it comes to who knows his sports the best. Yeah. And another thing to let you know, sports, ESPN is ass with they people that's over there. They got fucking Kendrick Perkins talking. It's a lot of people over there at ESPN who don't need to be talking. Now, it's a lot of people at Fox Sports that don't need to be talking either.
He's playing for the Celtics, right?
Yes, and it's so trash, man. It's so trash when you start getting people over there talking. In sports now, sports talk shows have become entertainment, and it is what it is. And people do get opportunities, and sometimes black people don't get opportunities. So shout out to Maria Taylor, who's like, yo, I'm about to crush this opportunity. Shout out to God, man, what is Shorty's name? I forget who replaced Rachel. She is great. I follow her too. But it's a lot of people who's getting opportunity, and black people don't get those opportunities. So you know what happens when black people don't get opportunities and we get there? We got to overachieve for y'all to fucking pay attention.
That is true. But then sometimes I feel like we get there and then it's like, fuck everybody else too. We got to get out of that.
We have, yeah, that's a whole nother subject. We absolutely, I've been paying attention to those Charlotte photographer people who have gotten places and don't give back information.
Yep.
And the rumor floats around with y'all. I'm giving y'all a heads up now. That's why when people hit me up and was like, yo, who do I reach out to the news to get stories? That's why. That's why when Shout Out Atlanta hit me up and was like, yo, do you got people? They asked me for 3 people to recommend 3 entrepreneurs that they did reach out to write a story about. I sent them 10. I wasn't playing because I sent them a lot of people because I'm like, yo, man, it's a lot of dope people, especially in Charlotte, that needs this look or deserve this look. And they already told me, they was like, we're going to be reaching out to them little by little. So it ain't like, okay, here go Gavin 10 fucking friends. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. And I cannot let this opportunity go by without calling out FStoppers. And I got to make a note before we go to this next shit because...
What the hell is an F-stopper?
FStoppers, I'm glad that you asked, Key. FStoppers is a photography account. And if you know anything about... It's a photography like tutorial news place, right? They do everything from tutorials. They do master classes. They have photographers come on and talk about a certain topic. A great photography resource, we thought. 2 weeks ago, y'all did some bullshit, and because we had guests on last week, I couldn't call y'all ass out about it, but we got a little bit of time today before my stomach says, no, nigga, you have no time. FStoppers came out, and they had, and y'all haven't put this on y'all Facebook, and I know why y'all haven't put it on your Facebook and Instagram, because y'all don't want to get ripped for this shit. They are doing a 8-part series called The Well-Rounded Photographer. Of the 8 people that's on this list, there's not one woman and there's not one person of color. But you want to teach us how to be well-rounded. For those who not know, on their website, one page they have decided to disable this whole conversation because it got out of hand. But on another part, and we posted about it. They found a way to give a reason on why they cannot, and I'm going to pull this shit up so we understand exactly what they said. They gave a reason why they didn't have anybody of color because honestly, and shout out to the allies out there. I call y'all that because y'all, that's what y'all are. It was a white person who started the conversation on the site and was like, yo, where are people of color at? Where are women at? And FStoppers came on there. They gave us some bullshit excuse of why they didn't. So the guy who's over FStoppers, he said, as I mentioned above, the main criteria are leaders in the industry, which means super creative and also has a large following. By the way, that just means large following. Let's go ahead and kill that. And it means make a good living, meaning you make enough money that we think that, you know, you make all the money in the world, which is a look because niggas lie about their money. You make a good living off of photography alone and therefore are honest about the ins and outs of a genre. I'm happy to connect with any photographer you think will be a good fit for us. We would love to start working with a more diverse photographers who meet the above requirements once traveled and the pandemic subside. He said, and he continues, he says, I love to have included more instructors and more diversity. And honestly, last year made it very difficult to travel and film. The obvious 2 instructors we could have included was Andreas Molin. I don't know who that is. He's male Puerto Rican, but not sure if that's white. And Siobhan Wong, who lives, I'm pretty sure her name ain't Siobhan. I just made that shit hood as hell. Who lives in Singapore, who is impossible. That was impossible to facilitate. Overall, most of the people we've worked with are first and foremost leaders in the industry, successful seasoned photographers who make a lot of money with photography alone and aren't selling you a bunch of BS, and 3 close friends of ours. In today's societal culture, we love for our courses to appeal to as many people as possible and expand on all genres by promoting as much diversity as possible. However, we only have so much personal. I cut it off. Sorry. So anyway, FStoppers, y'all full of shit. Ooh. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Don't blame a pandemic on why y'all couldn't get a person of color or a woman there. Y'all full of shit. Tell the truth. Y'all have friends that y'all know who y'all give a bunch of free shit, and then in turns they give y'all a bunch of information. They do these videos for y'all for free, but y'all promote them and make them seem like experts. So why they can have a podcast, why they can have a huge ass YouTube channel, y'all funnel other photographers like myself to their pages. Let me tell you how I know y'all was full of shit. The fact that you said, yo, we had a male who's Puerto Rican and we don't know if that classifies as white. You sound stupid. You sound like an idiot, Peter. Make sure this nigga named Peter. Patrick.
We got a Puerto Rican that classifies white. No, he's Puerto Rican.
He's fucking Puerto Rican. And Puerto Ricans are people of color. If you don't know what Puerto Ricans are mixed with, I might get this wrong, so Jackie don't kill me.
Oh, gosh.
Spanish.
Should we call her?
I know it's Indian, but I don't know what part of Indian. And African. They're literally split in a third. 30 each way. Spanish, African, and I think it's Latino Indian. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Oh, he said it. He said it nice though, so it might be right.
Might be. I don't know. You just sounded hella Asian.
Did I?
Yeah, you know, when other people try to do Spanish accents, they kind of sound Asian.
I wonder if people get offended.
Probably so.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize.
We apologize. Don't kill us for that.
Don't cancel us.
Yeah, what white people do. My wife is Puerto Rican. Please don't kill us. But my thing is, for bruh not to know that and thought that would suffice, And then, bro, you can't, let me tell you what was so fucked up. I don't think he even understand. He said the other girl, Miss Wong, who's in Singapore, you telling me you got to go all the way to Singapore to find a woman? Bro, I know, go on black female photographers on their Instagram. There's a ton of black female photographers on there if you're looking for one. And you know what these companies love to do? They love to knock out all the diversity shit with one person. You could have got a black female,
They do.
and you could have did 2 of those people, and nobody would complain.
They really do. They be like, oh, we got a black guy. We're good to go.
No, they
that
say
shit don't count.
They say we got a black guy and he's gay, so we knocked out everything. So we got
not
somebody that represents 2 communities, and they're the 1 person out of the 100. So that
That's
we
not
diverse.
how any of that.
That's
shit
not
works,
how
bro.
none of that shit works, yo. Like, it's really not how that works. So with that and his whole excuse, you're not blaming on the pandemic. Why? Because you could have flown somebody's like, yo, I need you to do a test. You could test them when they left. They got to show you a test, and you could test when you get there. And I know y'all ain't wearing no damn mask.
Yeah,
all
niggas
right?
like to get flued out.
Absolutely. Or you know what you can do? You say, y'all, this is y'all budget. Find us a photographer. You got to find a videographer to record this, blah, blah, blah. You was lazy on this. And it was hurtful to watch, to read, to see, because what y'all did at the end was to give people a heads up. When they got killed for this by other white folks, let me tell you something that some of the people that followed them was doing. They were saying, yo, people was complaining, and people was like, yo, you're anti-white. I hate you. And they wasn't correcting none of them motherfuckers. So they let me know one thing. The second thing that really, really pissed me off, totally just forgot the shit. Fuck. Oh, the number one thing that pissed me off, when they got their ass chewed out, you know they went and changed their marketing and put black people on it?
Of course. That's
Bro. How the fuck do you not have black people included? And then you say, yo, since we getting chewed the fuck out, let's go throw black people on this shit.
so aggressive.
Bruh, today is the aggressive part. Gavin is upset is the name of this episode. Who cares?
He's upset.
Bruh, I was looking at this shit and I was like, yo, he gots to be kidding me, man. And y'all criteria is simple. You wanted your friends. You wanted to be as lazy as possible. I was at Karina's going away party for her boss, and I was talking to the 2 black people there. I don't know if I had this conversation with you off mic last week, excuse me. And I told them there, I said, yo, and I'm going to share this to everybody here. These companies are lazy. These reporters, these press people, they are lazy because they get flooded with so much. They don't have the time. They're overworked. It's not even they're lazy. It's just that, yo, I'm so overworked. They don't know shit until you tell them. So with that being said, go out to these brands and say, yo, I'm here. If you need to check off these diversity boxes, I check all these, by the way. And then when they don't do it, then you can say, no, I actually submitted my information. They chose not to use me. And FStoppers, you're going to see this shit. There you go. All right, let's get the fuck up out of here.
No, we can't leave yet. We
I know
still
we got
got a
some
couple things to talk about.
Do we really need to talk about Ice Cube and Warner Brothers?
Yes, we do,
Okay, go ahead.
because Ice Cube is in a battle with Warner Brothers right now.
Yep, for next Friday.
Because
Last Friday.
of the Rights of Friday franchise. So Ice Cube trying to get them to give him the rights because they trying to. This is why Last Friday is being held up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they not sold on his creativity, but it's like he done wrote all 3 of them. Why would you not let him be in the whole lead process over everything of all this? Like, I don't get.
So they won't let him process it, or he's not recording right now because they won't sign over his rights? Because if they got the rights, it's up to them.
Right. That's what he's trying to get the rights.
Yeah. Well, that's just all about contracts. But you know, the shitty part is they always say the person who has the most power in any contract is you get the power of your contract when you sign it for the shortest term you can. And I don't know what they did with him and saying like, yo, all right, we Warner Brothers and we'll give you 3 movies and we're going to give you this. And, you know, depending on how it goes, whatever. But that's why most artists that come out, they sign their contract for 1 album because, yo, we can rip this shit up and keep it moving.
Bruh, that's a classic right there. You gotta let the person who created that give the whole full spiel.
Yeah, sometimes, but then some, or you know what these places got to do? If you're not gonna give me my shit, let me buy it.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, why can't you just buy them back? Because you put those movies anywhere, I'm pretty sure you're definitely going to keep getting money. You know how many people talk about Friday and bring up Friday references
Absolutely.
on a daily basis? And now you're going to make a 4th one? Oh, come on.
I mean, yeah, it does get to that point. It's almost like, yo, let me buy it back. Like,
Just buy it back.
but sometimes they won't let you. I mean, that's what happened with Taylor Swift. She asked to buy back her music. Scooter Braun said no. He sold it to somebody else. Nobody, black people did not give a fuck about Taylor when she was doing all that bitching and crying about not having her music back. I felt so bad because I'm like, damn, if that would happen to me, I would be tight. But people did not care.
I think people have been over her, and it's kind of fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Ever since Kanye did that shit to her, It was her, right? That was her, right?
Yeah, it was.
I think people have been over her since then, even though Kanye was wrong as fuck for doing that.
He was.
He was so wrong for interrupting that girl like that. But I think
He turned her into a pop. He turned her into
and
a
I
pop
think
star,
people
too.
was like, oh, now she's taking it to a whole new level. Like, she's really getting clout off of this whole incident. Ever since then, people have loved her, and I just think she regular schmegular.
I think what happened I think the world said, yo, Kanye was wrong for what he did, not what he said.
For what he did, not what he said.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody knows this. I don't know if Taylor fans know this. No black people thought Kanye was wrong what he said. They thought his delivery was all
He
fucked
shouldn't have
up
just
though.
did that. Like when Lil Mama went on stage with Alicia Keys and Jay-Z.
Yo. She ain't did music since. I felt bad for her.
You know, so it's like, it's not what he said, it's
How he
why
said
he did it.
And I think everybody looked at that as like,
Or
yo,
how
he
he
fucked
did it.
up. It was wrong.
Yeah.
And I think what turned around and happened was Taylor got pushed into superstar status. And
Be felt sorry for her.
they did. But she turned into a pop star. She stopped doing country. She turned into a pop star.
True.
Shit started happening. And then I'm sorry to say it and it sounds fucked up. Black people move the needle in the culture on shit, man. So what happens is if black people really don't care about you, then your own community gotta like really, really support you. And they did. I'm not gonna say they didn't. But what happens is when you're crying out for some shit, you really need black people to get behind you and start talking about your shit, because then we take shit to another level. We start arguing about shit. Baller Alert posted. Then we start informing white folks about, yo, in y'all community, this shit is popping. Oh, every hip hop community, every hip hop podcast I listened to talked about Britney Spears. Now I know Britney Spears is a white phenomenon. In their community, she really important.
But
that's how we
you know
got the
what's so
biggest
crazy is
views.
she didn't switch up. You know how
Yeah,
like
she
white
didn't.
artists like switch up?
She did not.
Like Justin Bieber. He started out pop, right?
Yeah.
He done came over to the culture.
Yeah, he trying to.
She literally, I feel like the white artists of our time when we grew up, they
Yeah, they stayed
literally
over there.
stuck to what the fuck they wanted.
Besides
And
Justin Timberlake, but he trying to go back.
besides him, but we love Justin. But doesn't excuse whatever.
What he did.
Anyway.
Yeah, we with you.
But it's like, but black people rock with her because that's her. Like,
Yeah.
and so it's like, dang, this kind of fucked up. Like, so we like, what the fuck is going on with Britney? Why they treat her this way? So I believe that. But
True.
they gotta rock with you though. The black people have to rock.
They
with
have
you.
to rock with you. And I think with Taylor, she just, all right, your welcome is done. Now we don't care that you complaining about your music. And I think a lot of people, when Kanye even wrote the song, I still feel like me and Taylor still can have sex because I made her famous, whatever. And then when she came out, I was like, I did not approve of that line, blah, blah, blah. I think people was looking at it like, Taylor, we don't care. This rap. Now, you ain't finna be... Kanye, hey, as crazy as Kanye is, he's still loved in our community to an extent. We might not fuck with that nigga, but it's like one of them things where he's just like,
Still
yo.
like Kanye.
Yeah, me.
He just
People is me.
He just a little off.
He just a little off. Notice he been quiet since he got a divorce, though.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, is he about to go? He about to bring the old Kanye back? You know what I'm saying? Like, is we about to get 808s and heartbreaks? We about to get.
I want everybody to notice that man got a divorce and ain't said nothing negative about his wife since.
Is he supposed to or something?
No, but she been saying little shits here and there. But that's the only thing I'm trying to point is that he hasn't said nothing since he got a divorce. He popping out with his new little girl and trying to act like it ain't his new little girl, and she over here, you know, kiki ha-ha with Van Jones and talking about, oh, Kanye it is in her last season.
It's funny because before we started this podcast, Gavin, Mike was here, and he said even while they was married, he said he ain't never talked that how bad about if Kim was a bad mom, if she was a bad wife. He was like, he ain't never down anything.
He was very supportive, at least on the surface. Now I don't know what the fuck they doing.
We don't know what they doing behind the closed doors, but anyway, we gonna speak through these real quick.
Yeah,
I'm getting hungry
Pooh
now.
Shiesty, he living what he rapped. I just want everybody to know, if you listen to Back in Blood, the first 8 bars, he talks about 2 crimes, And it's so funny because he's in jail right now. I can't get out because of those 2 exact crimes. I find that fucking funny. He said, I don't need my own fire because I got security in the club, which is why he's in jail originally, because in a club, he had his own fire. He shot it. Then he talks about, you know who took that shit from you? Come get it back in blood. And a federal judge just announced that he robbed somebody who also had drugs on him, which made it a federal case. And that's why he got no bond. I just find it funny that Back in Blood is this nigga really living his life. And it makes me want to think about, should we want rappers to really live what they rap out? I don't know.
And didn't they find him through his Instagram?
Yeah, bro. They matched up dollar serial numbers and got this nigga in jail, which is crazy to me. How y'all got the Zoom effect. Instagram resolution ain't even that good. Whatever. The president of Haiti is assassinated. This is such a sad thing.
I know they allegedly just 30 minutes ago, the police captured and killed the alleged suspect responsible for the assassination.
Yeah, you can't kill the president of a country and think you gon'.
I just want to know what's going to happen with Haiti though.
I don't know. And hopefully the first lady pulls through.
Yeah, because she got
shot too. Yeah.
So it's like, dang, that's crazy.
I would want to go in about LeBron approaching a PA announcer. For those, well, we're gonna do it real quick. LeBron was at his son's basketball game, and somebody, the announcer of the game, said that LeBron's son is getting favorable calls because he's LeBron's son. LeBron stopped the game, went up to the guys like, we ain't doing that. Now, I see this from 2 sides. LeBron was OD. All right, LeBron, I'm gonna let you know, bro. I respect you. You my guy. I love you. Even though we just did on a whole nother podcast, I just did my top 10 NBA players, and you're not going to like where you were located at.
He was 25.
He was not. However, I thought that was OD. But also, the PA announcer, let me let you know something, bro. Calm the fuck down. Niggas got to stop realizing they got a great opportunity and saying, yo, I want to get popping and famous off this opportunity. This gym is named after LeBron. This is LeBron's gym. Not his personal gym, but now they renamed it after him. He's made this gym famous. This is his place. No matter if you got your last name is James and they find out that you're related to LeBron, it's gonna be generations and generations are gonna be able to walk in that gym no matter who's playing, no matter what time, and get in for free.
I got a cousin that's last name James. I wonder if they can.
They ain't friends with this LeBron.
We don't know that.
We do. So the thing is, you can't be out there doing the most, bro. And you're a PA announcer. You just supposed to say, all right, foul on such and such, not a foul. You ain't got to add in the theatrics, especially when the man is there. It's like, bro, chill the fuck out. Chill out. Last thing, I don't know nothing about this racial harassment going wrong.
Listen, real quick. So this man in New Jersey basically been harassing his neighbors. Like, I know you seen that video of the white man going around calling monkeys, niggas, like all of these things.
No.
Oh my gosh, where have you been? Under a rock?
Probably.
So he put his address in the video. Guess who showed up?
Everybody. He did. So I heard about this morning in the car. Apparently he did something. How many people was out there?
It looked like the whole city. I don't know how big, or the state. Is New Jersey. Is New Jersey.
Y'all gotta chill, man.
Anyway, my thing is like, how many times are white people, what is it gonna take for white people to learn to not be doing this shit on camera? To not be doing it at all. Like, you do know this is, and then it comes to find out he has similar attacks. So now he's getting charged with more shit.
I don't know what it's gonna take. I don't feel bad, but I do feel like I find it funny. It's going to take other white people being like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? It's going to take people losing their jobs. It's going to take people. Here's the sad part. On the internet, that shit lives forever. Somebody's going to find out your name. They already got your address. So they already got your name.
They got your name too.
So what's going to end up happening is reports are going to come out for this. And every time somebody Googles your name, it's going to be a wrap. So for bruh, I look at it and be like, yo, you about to get what you deserve. But anyway, man, what you got going on this weekend? You want to remind people of your shits while I get my song?
What song you playing?